Hi guys, and welcome back to another Empire and Pole video. So today we have a new summon called the Monster Island Summon or Portal, whatever you call it, and we have two new Monster Island heroes, and of course the Monster Island event will be opening in about 8 hours, 7 hours 45 minutes. So I will be reviewing these two heroes. Their names are Thura and Dubhan, and we will start with the Holy Element one, Thura. So Thura is a 5-star hero of the Ranger class. She is from the Plains Hunter family, which gives the attack bonus. Not the best, but also not the worst. But the family bonus is mainly useful in Monster Islands. And her passives, she has two passives. A special skill damage reduction has a 10% chance to drop the direct damage from a special skill to 1. Next, we have damage over time on special. So whenever this character casts their special skill, they gives Hunter mark on a random enemy. The target receives 150 damage over 3 turns. Oops. Okay, let's go back over 3 turns. Now, if the target is already had this effect, the duration will be refreshed and the damage will be increased by 150 up to 1500 damage in total. So this can be extremely aggressive and impactful over time, but for this to land on a hero twice or 3 times or 4 times, it is going to be an extremely hard task, because it gives it on a random enemy, so you can't target who you want it to hit. Now let's take a look at her stats. So extremely good stats across the board for Thura. For the attack stat, extremely good defense stat, and an extremely high health stat. She benefits from the attack up ether talent, and these are her double limit broken stats. So over 1600 on the attack, 1300 on the defense, and nearly 2600 on the health. So a nice set of stats, one of the best that I have seen. Now let's take a look at her special skill. Now her special skill may be the highest and best 3-hitter in the game. I'm not even kidding. So her special skill, Gilding Arrow, is running at fast speed. Now at fast speed, she deals 355% damage to the target and nearby enemies. Now you may be asking, someone like Pophit deals more damage. No, he doesn't, because the more health the enemy has, the more damage they will receive, up to a maximum of 435%. That is a lot of damage. That is 45% more than Pophit. Now you might say Pophit applies defense down first, and if it gets removed, they take damage. Now Thura comes in with her second and third effects. So her second effect is the caster and nearby allies bypass defensive buffs with their attacks for 3 turns. And yes, this does include counterattacks. So this includes counterattacks, damage reductions, defense up, and so many other defensive effects. So this is gonna be an extremely good combination with heroes that don't have the ability to to bypass counterattacks and those other defensive stuff. Thura can help with that. She is also of the Ranger class, which helps herself even more. Next, her next effect is the caster and nearby allies special skill, deals an additional 80% damage for 3 turns. 80% damage. That is an extremely high amount of damage being increased. And remember, her nearby allies are also bypassing defensive buffs with their attacks. So you can basically kill any 3 people with Thura and 2 other fast speed heroes. Maybe Thura, Shimmer Scale, and someone else. I have no idea who who would fit into this combo, but there is a lot of possible combinations, so I will break this down for you again. Fast speed deals a decent amount of damage. The more health the enemy has, it increases up to a maximum of 435, which is extremely high amount of damage being dealt. And remember, it is not splash damage. Splash damage is nearby enemies get minor, but this one is 435 to 3 just directly, and she gives that extremely good buff that the caster nearby allies bypasses defensive buffs with their attacks for 3 turns. 3 turns is a decent amount for a fast speed hero. And lastly, the nearby allies and herself special skill will deal an additional plus 80% damage for 3 turns, which is extremely good as well. You boost the damage, and if you pair this with an attack buff, a legendary troop, the growth effect of someone like Darkfeather, Grimsteel, or Pepperflame, she is gonna deal an insanely good amount of damage. And if you do manage to get Thura, congratulations, she is gonna be an extremely useful hero, especially in attack. And I think Thura can promptly fit the flank and wing positions of the defense. So moving on, we have Dubhan, who is also from the Plains Hunter family, 5-star Paladin class. He is a dark hero. Now he has the same special skill damage reduction passive, and of course the damage over time special passive, so we won't go over that again. Stats wise, I would say extremely good stats: attack, defense, and health. Compared to Thura, her health is slightly lower than Dubhan. I think 200 lower than Dubhan, but Thura makes up with the attack and the defense stats, so I think the stats are extremely balanced, kind of leaning more to the health in my opinion. But let's take a look at double limit broken stats. So insane health stat, very good attack and defense stat, and he has the special boost ether talent. So judging from this, we can see that Dubhan is an attacking hero, and looks like he is holding some sort of like anchor or something. I think that's some kind of a ship anchor, yeah, with a chain. So that is interesting. But his special skill is called Thundering Strike. Now this hero special is quite similar but acts the opposite of another hero special. So if you guys know Anne, you would know that she is a beast. Dubhan's special is kind of like Anne's. It's similar but also different. It is almost like counter. There's clockwise, and Dubhan is like counterclockwise, so that is pretty interesting to see this mechanic. So Thundering Strike is his special skill, and it is running at average speed. Now at average speed, he deals 300% damage to the target. Now you may be asking me, that's not good. 300 is not a lot, especially at average speed. Then you are wrong. If the target has had more than 50 health, so you would want to target a target with more than 50% health before receiving the damage. Another enemy who has more than 50% health will be taking another hit. Now he targets another enemy who had 50% health before receiving any damage from this special skill. Next, if none of the other enemies have 50 health, targets a random enemy. The damage is increased on each consecutive hit, and each enemy can only be hit once. So as you can see, this is kind of like countering how the Anne mechanic works, the Ue mechanic works. Because starting low and the damage increases instead of decreases. So 300 damage to the target. I'll recap this extremely hard to understand part for you. So 300 to the target. If the target had more than 50% health before casting this special skill, he will target another enemy who has 50% more than 50% health before receiving the damage from these special skills. So he would just continue hitting people until there is no one who has more than 50% health. So then he would target a random enemy who has less than 50% health, because he has no more options that has more than 50% health. So then he will target a random enemy who has less than 50% health, and the damage is increased on each consecutive hit. So a maximum of 5 hits, which is extremely good, because in the beginning you wouldn't be able to deal as much damage, especially 50% of the health, considering that now we have an insane meta with full of OP heroes and legendary troops and so many other factors just helping these heroes to survive, and the battles has become significantly longer in today's meta compared to the meta a couple years ago. But lastly, all hit enemies receive 339 bleed damage over 3 turns. So that is 113 bleed damage over 3 turns. 113 for 3 turns, each 3 turns. So 113 on the first turn, and just second turn and third turn. I'm sorry if I made that complicated for you, but let's see if it does go up with double limp breaks. It does go up with double limp breaks. So here all enemies receive 498 bleed damage over 3 turns, extremely good. Now the cash and their nearby allies absorb 30% of bleed damage as health, so extremely good, kind of like a Zenda effect. I think I can name another hero with that effect, or someone like Hurricane that is also featured in this summon. So along with Thura and Dubhan, but kind of like a Hurricane effect where you gain where you recover health based on the damage you inflict in the form of dot damage over time. So that is gonna be an extremely useful skill to use, especially in raid formations. You want him to be in the left side of the defense, so either left wing or left flank, I think. Yeah, left wing or left flank, so that he can try and deal as much damage as possible. So thank you for watching this video, and congratulations again if you do manage to pull either Dubhan or Thura. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.